The next question I'll ask, beginning with Mr. Brandon. Should the city improve bicycle routes for commuters and for recreational bike riders?
Yes, absolutely. And there are already plans underway. In fact, if Terry Lowe were here right now, he'd probably take out his big book of here's what I want to do, and some of these plans have been on the drawing board for, gosh, and Lucille would probably know this better than I would, for decades.
Not that long.
Maybe not that long. But I know for a fact that there are residents who have been talking about for decades having bike lanes go on Broadway from the river all the way to Dale, and then connect down to Orange and out to Buena Park and Cypress. And we should do that. We absolutely need more bike paths. But it's all a matter of budget and a matter of priorities. But it's also a matter of greening our city, and I'm for that.
Okay.
Every other industrialized nation supports bikes and green forms of transportation, and I'm for that too.
Okay, Mr. Roberts.
I would follow up on that by basically saying that I wholeheartedly agree with what Brandon says. I myself am a big fan of alternative forms of transportation. Bikes, walking, carpooling, buses, you name it. So that's something that I favor. And I myself, just for anybody who wants to know, I don't own a car. So I've done my share not only to make Anaheim more livable, but also, how do you want to put it? I'm better off for it, let's put it that way. So,
Mr. Lales, how do you feel about bike trails?
Well, I'd love to see more of them. I'm just a little disappointed that with the new Gene Autry Way that comes from State College to Haster, there isn't even a bike path, and that's a brand new development. You know, my family lives in that area, and it's heavily congested, and there isn't bike paths there. I mean, they have to ride their bikes on the sidewalk, and that's sad. You know, I really don't understand why, if they're going to have some new type of development, new traffic lanes, that they wouldn't even consider a bike path. So, yeah, I'm for it, and I just don't understand the rationale behind not putting, at least starting there. Thank you.
Mr. Chichun.
As always, John and I think alike. I have written down my note here, the Gene Autry overpass, without a bike path, and the city's promoting renting bikes for the tourists. So how are the tourists supposed to get from the convention center to the stadium? Which is they can't go, there's no bike path period on Gene Autry, and it's crazy. And like I say, John, we absolutely think alike. That's, I don't know how to put that, but anyhow, bike paths are important. My wife rides a lot on a bicycle up and down the river. We've got nice river trails, but we need bike path on this side of the river. But it's very important, and that's the future.
Mrs. Linden.
There are several bike paths in the city. The city's done a good job creating them. Yeah, we need more. I don't know where their budget's going to come to get them. And maybe we can work as a community and start pushing for them. There's absolutely nothing wrong with a bike path. Even those who don't ride like to walk on them or jog. So they do get a lot of use. And they are healthy for all of us.
Mr. Lodge.
I think if the city's going to promote bicycle use, then they need to follow through and give them the access that they need. But in a bigger picture, there are some priorities that may outweigh that currently with our budget restraints. So that needs to be prioritized.
Mrs. Green.
I think that bike lanes are great, especially for those people who want to get in shape or who are already in shape. But I think that we need to take a second look at this. I just spoke with a friend of mine today who lives in the colony, and he said new people just moved into Lemon Street and they want bike paths. So they had a community meeting and they want to close the whole street to make it a bike path. And I think that's problematic, and he said he cannot get to his house. There are pork chop things and the roundabouts, and he has a very difficult way of getting to his house. So I think that bike lanes are wonderful. We've got them in our neighborhoods. They took the lane of traffic to put a bike lane in each direction. They're wonderful, they're well used, but I think that we need to, as Mr. Lodge said, priorities are one thing. We need to think about community policing, policing staffs, and neighborhood beautification before we go into bike paths.
Thank you, and I'll go to the next question. And Mr. Tutu, I ask you first, are you now or have been a member of SOAR, S-O-A-R, yes or no?
I thought years ago, I sent a membership into SOAR in 2008, but I never heard anything back from them, and they have nothing to do with me now. They wouldn't touch me with a 10-foot pole.
Mrs. Linder, are you now or have you been a member of SOAR, yes or no?
No.
Mr. Lodge?
You can call me both, that's fine.
So the audience might like to know what that means. Whoever wrote this question, what is SOAR?
Save our Anaheim Resort.
Save Our Anaheim
Resort.
Resort. Okay, all right. Are you now, or have you been a member of SOAR, Mrs. Green?
No,
Mr. Brandon?
he didn't answer.
Oh, I'm sorry. Mr. Lodge, your answer.
That's right by me.
I'm sorry.
Figure out your name.
No, I haven't.
Mrs. Green, have you?
No.
Mr. Brandon, have you?
No, I have not been a member of SOAR, but in the interest of full disclosure, I have contributed to support our Anaheim Resort, and I am proud to be endorsed by them.
Okay. Mr. Roberts?
No, and I have no interest in becoming a member in SOAR.
Okay. Mr. Lewis?
No, I am not a member of SOAR.
And Mr. Chua, you answered first. So, I'm